think we're there. Okay, all right. Actually, I'm going to move something over, Fox. Sorry, guys, a little technical difficulty, as you guys are all aware of. Can't have a stream without technical difficulties. What would stream be? All right, cool. All right, there we go, there we go. Hey, everybody, this is Chris the Cop. Welcome back. Thanks for watching, and definitely thank you for all your support. All right, Coffee with the Cop. We'll see. Fox has worked on some cool stuff for us today as far as the ability to be able to have some questions and that type of stuff. I'm sorry, I'm just kind of moving a couple things around here just to get things going. We'll say some hi to some people that are currently in chat. So if you're new here, and what we're going to do is we're going to treat this as if, you haven't been here before. Coffee with Cop is actually has, well, I guess we're Coffee with Cops and Coffee with Cop. This little session that we do for about an hour to an hour and a half all started because of the national campaign of Coffee with Cops. I stole the idea. I'm going to be quite frank with that. Where across the United States, law enforcement officers would have coffee with their communities, and it was a way for the community to get to know the police officers and the police officers to get to know the community. Because one of the things that has happened in law enforcement is that there's such a mistrust of law enforcement based upon what's going on in the media, that a lot of people take what the media says about law enforcement to be gospel. And so we have been attempting to, bridge that gap and show people that we're just normal people too. That's kind of the reason why this channel started as well. This channel started because I just wanted to, number one, show people that police officers are just normal people. We have the same likes, dislikes, we have problems, and on top of it, bring it all together under the the platform, or guise, as I should say, of gaming, because gaming is one of those things that brings a lot of people together from all walks of life, because we just have a common interest in playing video games, and that's what's the cool part about that. Gameology, as if you guys have not seen Gameology, I'm sure you have, because they're close to breaking 2 million subscribers. Gameology is really the reason why I started this channel, and that was because of the simple fact that I did some gaming review as a police officer, and their subscribers were saying, hey, we'll watch Chris. Now, I wish that 2 million would come and watch Chris, but that's a whole other story. But we're not doing too bad, but man, it sure would be nice to get those numbers. But then again, if we ever got that big, the problem is that Coffee with the Cop, the chat would be out of control, and I wouldn't be able to answer individual questions. So there is some good and there is some bad, so we got to take the good with the bad. All right, let's say hello to a couple people that are already here. First of all, I'm always going to say hi to my trusty number one, Fox Commander, who works tirelessly behind the scenes, putting all this stuff together, coming up with overlays, coming up with ideas, managing Discord, all that type of stuff. And then reach out to my moderators. I got Saber Gaming today. It's usually Alfredo as well. So that's kind of good that we have them here. All right, so let's see what we got here. We got Fire and Security. Hey, what's going on? It's the back to the person from the score. Okay, Sergeant George Escott. Hello, how's it going? Brady Killman. Hey, how you doing? Oh, I skipped a little bit right here because I'm trying to catch up now. I didn't realize the chat was taking off that fast. Alzu Kemp, how's it going? Knox, what's going on? Jency, Poofy's here. There's a whole story with Poofy. Asu, got to go in Alien Tripod. Yeah, those damn technical difficulties there, Sergeant George. Jency, how you doing? Let's see, Fire and Security, Knox. So we got Bart Utilix, how's it going? Alexander, how you doing? Only Cops. That's all right, Josh. No big deal, man. Just thanks for coming. Fox is doing all sorts of weird stuff for me right now. Let's see. I have my hand raised in Discord. Fox is gonna. Oh, I see that, Senpai. Okay, we'll have to get to that. So stand on by. I see the little foxing. It's something, or the little hand thing. It's something new for us. And Drew, what's going on? Bruss. Man, we're going. Commander Sweeper. Hey, how's it going? I got lucky to catch a coffee break. Good for you. Yuki, what's going on? Yuki is my number 2 when it comes to all things tactical. Yuki is Yuki. In fact, Yuki, I actually was thinking about you the other day because I was thinking we got to play some SWAT 4 together because you always bring a certain element of of gameplay when we play together. So yes, Only Cops, I miss you guys, and we are going to definitely throw a couple of shout outs to Only Cops. Norrick, Rick, how's it going? Midnight Shepherd, I really do appreciate that. No, Alien, I did not move houses. I actually moved rooms. I doing a lot more content creation. This was one of our rooms that we weren't using, and I decided to make it my collection and tripod room, or not tripod room, my collection and content creation room. Because not only do I do this, but I also have a podcast that I do for people that are in EMT school. So let's see here. Fox is texting me already, so let's see what's going on. In the red area, yeah, I think I got that, Fox. So we'll take a look at that. You probably have to walk me through. Oh, I see that little thing there. We'll have to walk me through that, Fox, since this is something new that we're using. Let's see here. Midnight Shepherd. You can make the camera bigger. Fox wants me to make the camera bigger, so let's do that. You know Fox. You guys know Fox. You know how he gets.
Okay.
They can hear you, Fox. Oh, no, we don't want to adjust it that way. Making technical stuff right now as we do this. Cool. There we go. There we go. You happy, Fox? All right. Let's see here. Wow. Yuki's already replying. Yeah, I know Yuki always have a plan. Let's see here. Sergeant George, will you ever get to see the stream some Sailor Moon games eventually, Chris? I don't know about that. Hey, Arafat, how's it going? Yes, we will play again, Yuki. Anvi, hey, Chris, can you do some shooting breakdowns in the future? It would be nice to see some. Yeah, we're actually working on that. The only thing that stopped us this year from getting really on that right away was the fact that I had knee surgery and I couldn't get to the range, obviously with my limp and healing and all that type of stuff. But my leg is getting stronger. As a matter of fact, just a couple days ago, I was able to run again. It had been a long time. It actually had been almost 7 months since I ran. And I was able to run 3 miles, and I was actually at a decent speed, so I was pretty excited about that. So my healing is getting better and stronger. All right, let's do a couple of shout outs. Number 1, I want to let you guys know, first of all, this channel has really evolved this year, and that and partly due to Fox Commander reaching out to other law enforcement officers, which we call Leos, throughout the world now. And he has introduced me to some really awesome people, and one of those are the channel called Only Cops. And Only Cops is Josh and Bill and their producer known as Producer Juan, and they have their cool channel. It's a gaming channel as well as a breakdown channel. And as many of you know, unfortunately, I don't do breakdowns right now. I may do breakdowns in the future, but we'll see. But they do breakdowns, and they have Instagram, TikTok, all those type of things. They put on a really good show. I would tell you that if you like what you see here on my channel, they're definitely an extension of that, and they add a lot of other content that I don't do right now. So I would head on over there and definitely give them a like and a follow, because they really put some good stuff together. So definitely check out Only Cops. Not to mention, we also game with SWAT Theory, Sternaljet. I'm missing a couple of people, I think, right now. Whiskey 68. There's a 68 whiskey. I can't remember, but I gotta get that one down. So, but we got some good people. All right. And let's see here. Let's see here. Thanks for the impeccable timing for coming live to distract me from the utter disaster that is called the Bears football. Well, my team won yesterday, so I'm pretty excited about that. Did you ever get to see the movie Ambulance? I have not. I have not watched Ambulance yet. I kind of want to watch Ambulance from 2 perspectives. I want to watch it from a police officer perspective and an EMT perspective. So we'll take a look at that. Alien Tripod Gaming is asking what rank I am. I am a police lieutenant. Looks like I'm going to retire a police lieutenant, and it's not a bad place to retire. I have a private range out here for you. I know you do, you assholes. Hit the squat rack, Chris. Yes, Brady, I know I got you to build up those thigh muscles, for me. Chris, Texas Ranger. That wouldn't be too bad. Let's see here. We got Saber. My friend Chris finishing had a criminal for a dad. My friend Chris Fisher had a criminal for a dad. Oh, that kind of sucks. Hey, what's up there, Timmy G, Colorado? How's it going? Jency, Brady. Okay, cool there. We're cool. All right. Hey, Chris, how are you from Call Me Kyle? All right, we're good there. So let's take a look. Fox has some questions. I got to get back to that real quick to take a look. And let's take a look at some of these questions. All right. So these questions that are right there on the screen, I'm going to start answering a couple of them. And if you have a question, kind of you might want to wait on asking that question in chat for a little bit, just because I'm going to get through a couple of these first, and then we'll move on to what's in chat. So one of the first is from John. Asks, what was your dream job as a kid? It was to be a paramedic, actually. So I'll tell you, there was a show called Emergency from the 1970s, and it highlighted the new paramedic program that was in the United States. Paramedics were just invented, or they're implemented in the United States in the 1970s. And I watched that show, and I was like, wow, that is so cool what they do. And decided that that's what I wanted to do. Had no idea that I would actually do it, and so that was kind of fun. I mean, now I'm still a paramedic of 30 years. I haven't worked in the field for about 4 years now, but actually, no, it's been about 3 years, but that was definitely my dream job. All right, Poofy asks, drinking drunk with cops win, and can you sing on a stream? Drinking drunk with cops win. You know, Poofy, that'd be actually kind of cool. I think that Josh Bill, we could actually put together some type of challenge like that with producer one, and maybe come up with something that would actually be kind of cool. Now, singing, I don't know. I don't even know any songs by heart, I think, or by heart. I don't know. But that is kind of funny. Yeah, that is a pretty cool idea. Let's see here. Mr. Man asks, in the series The Rookie realistic, and has it hard to become to be a cop? Okay, so the show The Rookie. I had a lot of hopes for the show The Rookie, and they lost me by episode 1. They lost me by episode 1. It's a made for Hollywood. It's a made for your entertainment. The uniforms are real. The type of cars are real. The equipment, some of it is real. It's just, it's entertainment, and it's unfortunate because I really think that they could really put together a really good show to capture the essence of being a police officer. It's not always go, go, go. There are times when the entire day is boring. There are times where you're dealing with just one person because you're trying to do the best for you they can. And then there's a lot of heartache about the type of calls that you go on. So there's a lot to it, and and given the fact, I'm going to share this. I'm going to share this, or not this statistic, but I'm going to share this talking about The Rookie. Okay, you're a rookie for a year. That's what you're a rookie. You're a rookie for a year. It's from the time you get out of the academy to you pass your probationary period. Your probationary period could be anything from 1 year in California. This is California now. Your probationary period could be 1 year, 18 months, 2 years max. And that all depends on the agency that you work for and what they have set up. So that's where you would be a rookie. After a year, you're no longer a rookie, okay? You're now becoming an officer, and you're making your way to getting your experience and becoming a veteran officer. So that's what's kind of going on right there. So it's okay. Like I said, I won't watch it. I'm not a big fan of it. So okay, kind of answering some text here too at the same time. Sorry, guys. All right. Let's see. Let's get on to the next question. Oh, let's go into, is it hard to become a cop? Yes, it's very hard to become a cop. I can't speak for the other 49 states, but when it comes to the state of California, most police agencies in the state of California will require you to fill out an application. Now, the application has to be pretty, right on, okay? Has to be, the application has to be filled out perfectly. No errors, okay? So that's the first place where what you could call get DQ'd, disqualified. Then most agencies will have a physical agility, so you'll take your physical agility. Now, some departments have their own physical agility, while other departments use the state physical agility. But then you take your physical agility. Upon passing the physical agility, you will take an oral interview. An oral interview is usually with 3 representatives from the police department that you want to work for, and they're going to ask you a bunch of entry-level questions of why you want to be a police officer, why you want to work there. You know, tell us something good about yourself. Tell us something bad about yourself. So they'll be doing different things like that. There are no cats in the background. There better not be a cat in the background. After the oral interview, then you're placed into a banding situation where you could either be band 1, 2, or 3. And then the department has the opportunity of picking anybody in that first band and then starting a background investigation on them. A background investigation is basically your life becoming an open book. We look for everything because we want to find out that there is, we want to find out who you are, what kind of character you have, if you're honest, you have integrity, professionalism, all that type of stuff. After your background investigation is done, you will take a medical to make sure that you are fit to become a police officer. Then you'll take a psychological to make sure that you're not crazy. And, I back up, you will take a polygraph to find out if you are lying or not, or if you're a liar or not. And so those 3 things. And then after all that, we will hire you, and then we will send you to the police academy for approximately 26 weeks to learn basic law enforcement fundamentals. And then you'll come out and you'll be with a field training officer anywhere between 4 to 5 months. And then you have to get through that training and then eventually get through your first year of being a police officer or that probationary period, and then you become a police officer. So is it hard? Yeah, and it takes a long time. So, all right, Mike D asks, what was the funniest thing you've ever heard on a call? What was the funniest thing? See, there's just so many different things. So many different things. Don't forget to like, guys, if you haven't liked already. I'm trying to think. I'm going to come back to that one. Let's go to the next one. Okay, Vince asks, would you rather be pepper sprayed or tased? Pepper spray all day long. I am not going to get tased. Tasing does not feel good. So pepper spray all day long. I'm still trying to think about the funniest. I mean, the whole thing is there's just a list. There's just a list of funny things that that go on and happen. I'm trying to think of, God, it's just so funny. I can't really narrow down like something funny right now. I'm gonna keep thinking about that as we do this stream. So, all right, Irish Army, can discharging a BB airsoft gun be a death wish? Yes. If you point a gun that looks like a gun at a police officer, they have every right to take your life, to defend themselves. We can't tell if that's a real gun or not, and an officer does have the legal and moral right to be able to defend themselves. Yeah, so okay, so that. Zora, do you ever have wholesome moments while duty? Yes, you have lots of wholesome moments on duty, especially when you get to help somebody. Trying to think here. I'll give you a wholesome it's kind of a little dark, but it's a wholesome story. So one time we came across a vehicle where it was a Grand Theft Auto vehicle, and in the trunk we found the ashes we found 2 urns basically with someone's ashes, and they did not belong to the suspect. So the suspect apparently had stolen this vehicle. That's the first thing we thought, and maybe someone's ashes were in it. Later on through the investigation, we actually found out these suspects had actually broken into a storage container and had stolen the items out of a storage container, and these were some of the items that were in there, and they were just driving around with them. Well, we took the information on the ashes, and they were The people were long gone. Long story short, we worked feverishly to try to get the ashes back to the next of kin. And eventually we were successful. And you should have seen, they had been missing those ashes for years. And when they got their family member, I think it was their parents, when they got those back, they were just so appreciative. They couldn't believe, they had thought that they would never ever get them back. So it's nice to see that those things happen where just like, people who have no hope, all of a sudden they have that. So yes, wholesome things do happen. All right, let's see here. So there was some waving stuff that Fox was telling me about. So Senpai.
And invite them to speak.
Oh, I have to invite them to speak. Can you do that?
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Senpai, you get to ask.
And then we got Star who wants to ask next.
Okay, so I have a question.
Okay. This is weird.
Because some departments don't get tasers. Does your department get tasers?
Yes. And the reason why some departments don't get tasers is just because their administration just either doesn't want them, maybe they're not within the budget, as well as today we're finding out that tasers are not the best. It's not the end all to it's not the end all to taking a suspect into custody. So we got to still have other devices, but yes, in my department we do have tasers. Thanks for the question.
So, what was the weirdest traffic stop you've ever had?
The weirdest traffic stop. So let's think about that. Weirdest traffic stop. I am trying to give you guys a really good story. Well, this wasn't the weirdest, but this was kind of funny. I pulled over this guy for speeding, and you know what? I have a really, I won't say weirdest, but here's a funny story. So I pull over this Ford, not the Explorer, the Expedition. I pull over this white Ford Expedition, and on the back of it there is this sticker, and the fire departments they have a sticker that's a fire helmet. People in the United States have probably seen it, and it tells the people what department they may be with, because sometimes these get handed out to family and friends. And so I walk up, and it's a female driver. She was speeding like I'm talking about. She was doing like 75 in a 35. And I, walk up to her, and her first thing she says to me is, she looks like this, goes, "Did you see the sticker?" And I'm like, "Wow." And I'm like, "Yes, I did." She's all, "My husband's a firefighter." And I'm like, "Okay." And I tell her, introduce myself, tell her the reason for pulling her over, and then I ask her for her credentials, driver's license, registration, and proof of insurance. And as I'm walking back to my motorcycle, she, "Hey, I want to talk to you." So I come on back, and she hands me her cell phone and says, "My husband's on the phone and wants to talk to you." And I'm like, "All right. Hey, what's going on, man? Hey, I'm a firefighter for such and such fire department. What's going on?" I go, "Hey, man, I pulled over your wife for speeding." And mind you, I did not have to talk to him. I don't have to talk to him. I was just like, "All right, let's see what's going on." And so I walk back away from this, and he's all, "She told you I was a firefighter, huh?" And I'm like, "Yeah, she did." First thing out of her mouth. And he's like, "Oh." He's all, "Hey, do me a favor." And I'm like, "Hey, if I can, what's up?" And he's all, "You need to write her a ticket." And I'm like, "What?" And he's all like, "Write her a ticket. She needs to be written a ticket. She's always doing this." And I'm like, "Okay." And he's all, "Can you do me another favor?" And I'm like, "If I can." He goes, "You got to pretend that you're like telling me there's nothing you can do, so that way when I get home, she doesn't yell at me." And I'm like, "Oh, yeah, we can do that." So as I'm walking back to the window of her car, and I'm like, "Well, sorry, sir. There's nothing I can do. While I appreciate everything that you do for your community, your wife's going to be getting a ticket. And if you want to file a complaint, you can come down to the police department, file a complaint." And I hand her back the phone. I walk back to my motorcycle. I write the citation. I have her sign the ticket. And I just thought it was one of those funny things where it's just like this guy was like done with his wife using his status as a firefighter to get out of tickets with cops. And so yeah, there you go. So that was kind of, it wasn't the weirdest, but it was weird to have someone actually tell me, give her a ticket. So that was kind of cool. Fox, we have someone else? Oh shit, we got more people.
Right,
oh, Poofy, no. Poofy, kick Poofy out of here. All right, we got Star. What's going on, Star?
Hello?
Hey,
Can you hear me?
yeah, I can hear you, Star. What's up?
Great. I had two questions actually.
What's up? Let's hear it. Let's hear the first one.
What's your favorite part of your job, and what's your best memory of your job?
First of all, what's the favorite part of my job?
Yeah.
I'll be on. Okay, so that's changed over the years. I'll be honest with you. That has really changed over the years, and the reason why it's changed is because it's changed with what I do. I have been for 10 years. I've been a police lieutenant now, and while I'm still in the field, I'm not in the field like the patrol officers. And so when I was a patrol officer, what I loved or what made me feel good was different. So today, what makes me feel different is I try to bring some humor to my officers before they start their briefing or before they start their shift. Every shift starts with a briefing. So we have 3 shifts. We have day shift, swing shift, and graveyard. I work nights, or I should say I work the, basically shift 2 and 3. And I get to see the guys on swing shift and on graveyard. So I go to their briefings every day. And I take that time to basically bring them up, try to inspire them a little bit, bring some humor to their day, because I've always had this philosophy, this may be the last time we see them smiling, and I think it's really important. I like to send them out to do their job with a positive attitude, and that's what makes me feel good right now. But before, I will tell you, before it was, definitely helping people that I could help. And so in a way, I'm helping them. So my client, or I should say the person that I help, has definitely changed. And what was that second part, Star? That was a real good, I know there was a second part to that.
What's your best memory of being a cop?
Best memory. Let's see here. Well, you know what? There are so many, but I would have to go back to the best memories are when you just know that you were able to help someone, that you were able to either reunite a missing person with their family, and that even goes from not even just from missing kids, but missing seniors, to putting a super bad guy away in jail, knowing that they're not going to hurt someone, returning someone's stolen property. It's just those moments, because they're so far and in between, because everything we normally deal with, about 90% of what we deal with is just crap. I mean, it's just the worst parts of humanity that we see all day long. And it's just that little bit when something just good happens, you just feel so good about it. That's the part that, I could say that makes me feel good. And it's just because, like I said, it's just the 90% of our job is just negative. It really is. And it's just a small percentage that is positive for us. So that's about where I could say that. Because I could tell you right now, when you're asking me that question about what's a good memory, unfortunately, too many bad memories come right up to the front. That's the shitty part about that question. I mean, it's a good question, don't get me wrong, but it's like, wow, there's so many bad memories stuck in this head that I can't even get past those bad memories to come up with even with a good memory. That's the sad part about that.
Sounds terrific.
Hey, but thanks for the question. Go ahead.
Just one more.
Yeah.
One small one.
Yeah, what's up?
Do you have a favorite cop or someone you look up to, fictional or real?
Oh, someone that I look up to. Yeah, I have quite a few people I actually look up to. I have quite a few mentors. Let's see, that's a good one. And I like to say, let me see here. Who would I actually say? Well, you know what? I'm going to say this one. Here's a funny thing. you hear stories about people and how they interact with other people. And it's just like, wow, I would love just to be just a little bit of them. Like how did they inspire people, or how is it that they have such a good heart? And I'll go to this. Obviously everyone knows I'm in Los Angeles. And I'm not an LA Dodgers fan. I've never been an LA Dodgers fan. In fact, I'm really not even a baseball fan. I'm more of a football type of person. But when Vince Scully, oh my God, oh my gosh, I am at a loss for words right now. Anyways, when Vince Scully died, everybody was. I listened to talk show radio on my way to work, and I was listening to all of these stories about him and his character, about when he met people, and these people were telling stories of these humbling moments. And I was like, I had never heard these stories about him, and I became more intent. Now we're talking, this has happened a couple of weeks ago. It just reminded me more of, wow, I have such a big responsibility to really try to do good things for people at all levels, for the officers that work underneath my command, to the people I come in contact with in the street. And it just kind of really reinforced what I do and why I do it. And I realized also too, in hearing these stories, was the simple fact that I wasn't doing my part to always elevate to being the best that I could be. And and so that right now I have to say is that he really, the stories surrounding him have really kind of just inspired me to be a little bit better, as well as the deaths of one of my closest friends, that was, the murdered police officer. He was such a good guy and always a smiling, and also that his death helps me to remember that I got to be just a little bit better in everything that I do in my life. So I hope that answers your question, Star. Cool. I think we're ready for another one, Fox.
Thank you.
Thanks, Star.
We got Josh.
Josh, as in Only Cops Josh?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, here we go.
We'll bring Poofy first.
Oh, Poofy.
Poofy and Josh.
Oh my.
We'll go for Dove Bear and a person.
Oh my gosh, Poofy, I can only imagine.
You been?
I am doing good, Poofy.
Alright, just 3 small questions, not much. How has it been, I guess, collabing with everyone, with Only Cops, Slot Theory, 60? You been enjoying it?
Oh my gosh, yes. And I'll be honest with you. When Fox first approached me about co-oping and collaborating, I didn't want to. I was just more of a... and I'll go back to this. Even though I play MMOs, I literally play alone. I don't like doing raids. I don't like doing dungeons with people. I mean, if there's a way that I can play these games alone, I would. But oftentimes, if you want to get like the best armor or weapon, you'd have to do a raid or a dungeon. And it's just like, oh, I didn't want to play with people. Why? I don't know. And looking back about it, I don't know. But when I started co-oping, it was actually fun. And then it just got to be super fun because it was just so many different personalities. And then we were just, getting to know each other, and we were laughing and having a good time. So, I love it. I totally love it. And it's actually gotten me to want to do co-oping with a lot of the followers that, that just want to co-op with me, because it's your opportunity of co-oping with a streamer. And I know a lot of streamers don't do that. So it's actually helping me to become more connected with the community. And I also, too, I think it's also, too, we get to be a little bit more real. I don't have this, like, pretend persona of, oh, it's Chris the Cop, SWAT commander, detective, lieutenant. I just get to be, like, me, and it makes it a lot easier, so I don't have to, like, try to be someone. So, and that's what, this is really all about, is kind of, like, showing people that we're just really, really normal people. So, Yeah, so I definitely enjoy it. I love playing. In fact, I love playing with you guys. It's fun. It's definitely. And what I love about it too, there's like no like attitudes. It's just like we're all experts, and then we're all idiots. So.
Yeah.
Aaron, you got a couple more questions?
Yeah. Just a second question.
Yeah.
You enjoying my '90s challenge?
Yes, I am. Oh my gosh. Hey, but you know what, Poofy? We have done better with the '90s challenge than any other challenge.
I think, yeah.
I mean,
just the last question, really. So I recall one stream where you stated that you were a big fan of the Batman film, like the new one.
Yes.
So there is a sequel that is confirmed.
Oh, shoot.
Coming up in the next few years.
Okay.
Would you be willing? Like, I'm just wondering. Like, if they reached out to you, would you be willing to participate in any way, shape, or form? In the next few years?
Oh, hell yeah! I would drop everything in a heartbeat to be part of that. That would be awesome. Yeah, that would be awesome.
All right, thanks, Chris.
Hey, thanks, Poofy.
See you.
Yeah, see you, man. We'll see you next week.
All right. Let's do.
I can only imagine. Dob Bear?
Hi.
Hey, what's up, Dob Bear?
Is this working? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, Dob.
Alright, good. So, I'm talking to someone, Chris the cop.
Yes, you are.
So I have my other mic.
What's that, Dob? Go ahead.
I'm talking to my brother. So I have two quick questions for you.
Okay.
So number one, what is the primary gear that law enforcement officers carry on their duty belt?
Okay, so first of all, most police officers, though we have standard gear, after a couple of years, they will change the gear on their belt based upon their own experiences. Normally when you start, you're just going to go with the gear that they give you because you're a new officer and you don't know any better. So obviously you're going to have some type of chemical agent, usually pepper spray. You'll have your duty gun. Most officers start off carrying two sets of handcuffs. You'll have some type of impact weapon. You'll have a holder for your radio. You'll have your magazine pouches for your ammunition. You'll have your taser, and that'll be all on your belt. And a key holder, so that's generally what you will carry on your belt. And then, like I said, as time goes on, you start to realize, I don't need two sets of handcuffs. I'm going to get one set. And you just keep that second set, what we call your war bag in the police car. So it changes. But yeah, that's generally the equipment that most police officers will start off with. And I think it's probably pretty general throughout the United States.
And then for my second question, what equipment do law enforcement officers carry in their trunk of their patrol car?
Well, that would be really different as far as from police agency, from regions, that type of stuff. Now, for us, in the back of our patrol cars, we have a lot of gear. So we have shields. We have less lethal munitions. So you could have, each officer is required to check out one type of less lethal. So it could be a beanbag shotgun. It could be a 40 millimeter grenade. It could be a pepper ball. And so those are the three devices. They'll have traffic cones for traffic collisions. They'll have flares. I'm trying to think here. Yeah, so that's generally that stuff. And that will change from region to region. They have their first aid kits. They'll have their tactical vests in case they get into an active shooter. So they have all sorts of different things like that.
All right.
Thanks for those questions. Those are good questions.
And thank you for letting me up on stage.
Oh, you are more than welcome. Thank you for being a follower and support. I do appreciate that, Bear. Thank you very much.
Mm-hmm. Okay, bye.
Bye-bye. I just want to do a shout out to Jinja Ninja for throwing us a super chat in chat. Thanks, Jinja Ninja. Nothing but positive vibes, brother. Nothing but positive vibes. Got to start the day off that way, right? Got to start the day off that way.
We got Josh.
Oh my God! Can we ban Josh?
Are you ready for the trolls? So I wanna. Can everybody hear me?
Yes, we can all hear you.
I want to thank Chris the Cop for being Papa Senpai and for letting us join on this thing. I'm sorry I can't make this because I'm still technically at work.
Copy.
I work from home, gotten very cushy in civilian life. However, I thought it was a really good opportunity to do, and I can give you a chance to think about it, but my question's going to be the dumbest rookie moment that you've either had as an individual or you've witnessed as a supervisor. And if you want, I'll give one, and then I'll let you give yours so you can think about yours. I know it takes a while to roll the Rolodex because you were back when we used to use abacuses. And you were out there policing Jesus.
Oh, you jerk. Well, let's hear, I want to definitely hear yours to give me kind of an idea what I'm going to be going for.
So the dumbest rookie moment I personally had, and I'll keep it as PC as I possibly can because we're live. I had a deceased person that self-deceased themselves, right? And we were the ones that discovered him, and we secured the scene or whatever. This person did harm themselves with a firearm, right?
Okay.
And this is a completely empty room. The guy had a note, the whole nine. And me, in my infinite wisdom, I was like, training kicked in because it's the very first time I'd ever interacted. I was like a cop for like 6 months, I think maybe 7 months. I might have still been on probation. You have a probationary period once you get out of academy and field training and all that stuff. And I was like, training says secure the weapon. So I completely, what's now a crime scene, decide to secure the weapon. So I unload the thing, and unfortunately I took pictures of everything before I moved anything. And so I do all this stuff, and I notify my supervisor. My sergeant comes up, and he makes scene, because we're calling for crime scene and all this stuff. And of course, you know how this goes, like it hits the NBC, and everyone's like, whoa, what's going on here? So the supervisor shows up, and he's like, this is suspicious as hell looking. And I'm like, why? He's like, the gun's unloaded over there. And I was like, oh, I did that. He looked at me like, he did what? He's like, who were you worried about them grabbing it? I was like, oh, I didn't think about that. He's like, a guy's not a zombie. He's not going to re-hit up. Like, what are you doing? So anyways, how big of a pee-pee whack do you think I got for securing
I'm sure you got a good one.
I got a big lecture, and then I got another one when crime scene finally showed up. And crime scene's like, did you find it? And my supervisor was just sitting there shaking his head. Explain it, rookie. Explain what happened. Why the gun's there in the corner of the room. So I had to write a nice memo, and I had to stand in briefing the very next day.
Oh shit!
And explain to all of my very senior officers that was there about why we don't do, why in those type of instances we could use what we called my noodle to figure out that I don't need to do securing that.
I love that.
The importance of preserving crime scenes and things of that nature. That was by far one of the biggest gaffes I did as a rookie.
Yeah, but you know what?
I never did that again.
But you know what? In your defense, though, it was a suicide, so it's not like there's some evidentiary value. I mean, I get it, but
yeah, and from their standpoint, it's like, the only thing that saved me from like legit days off or something like that was I had taken pictures as I had a body cam, which helped.
Yeah,
but I had taken pictures of everything before I moved it. And I even documented it in my report that I was like, I took pictures to preserve what evidence we had of the crime scene, and it was apparent to me, thank God I went to college, but like, it was apparent to me that given the note and all this stuff, that it was that, and I decided to secure it for scene security's sake. And that's the only thing that saved me. And even my supervisor said that. He's like, had I read anything else in your report, I probably would have had to write you up.
Oh, well.
But I did. I just got embarrassed, which was very lucky for me.
That's actually pretty good. And what's funny is while you're telling that story, I actually started thinking about like one of the funny rookie moments for my partner and I, because I just like you and Bill, I had a partner. He's still a good guy. His name was Juan, and him and I were, man, we were inseparable. So we got into so many shenanigans together. So I'm going to tell that story. So Josh can attest to this. When you're brand new, first of all, you think you're going to save the world, and
100%.
quite frankly,
100%.
you find out you're not. But so then, on top of it, as a new rookie officer, you went to the academy for this. You're waiting to get your first foot pursuit, your first car pursuit, and also on top of it, you just want to do as many of those as you possibly can because they're just, And you gotta imagine this, Josh. Back in the '90s, we went balls to the wall. There was this
There's no pursuit policy.
Yeah. There's none of this bullshit of you only could have 3 units on the supervisor and all this type of shit. It's like, so here's a funny story. So my partner. It's so funny now. There's even another story coming on with my partner. So my partner and I, he was driving, and a pursuit goes out, and we're nowhere near the pursuit, and we know we're not going to even get there, but we still try, right? You're going to still try. So we're balls to the wall. Well, the suspect gets onto the freeway, and the unit calling it out gives out some bad info. So everybody's stacked up on the on-ramp thinking that they're going to continue on the freeway. So everyone's stacked up. We're the last vehicle, and we know the sergeant's going to eventually say, hey, just 3 units, everyone else out. Well, the pursuing officer says, we're through Santa Anita. And all of a sudden, everyone goes onto the freeway. We can't get on, but he meant to say he's getting off. So he gets off at Santa Anita and still pursuing him. Every other unit goes up on the freeway except us. And I look behind, and my peripheral vision catches it. And I'm like, oh shit, dude, they're off the freeway. My partner flips a U-turn, and now we go from number like 12 to number 2. And we're like, yeah, we're in it, dude. So I'm excited, right? So we're in it, and I'm calling it out. Well, my partner, dude, we're starting to turn some corners, and he's starting to get a little sketchy. And I look over, and he's like this. And I'm like, oh, man. I go, hey, dude, you need to chill, dude. You need to chill. And he looks over to me, and it's funny because he's driving. He's like this. He goes, I got it. And I'm like, I literally grabbed, and this was pre-seatbelt days. We didn't have to wear seatbelts back then.
Yep.
So I would never have put on my seatbelt. When I saw him, I'm like, oh, crap. I literally grab my seatbelt, and I clip it in. And as I look up, the suspect makes a quick right. The first unit makes a quick right. And I realize we're not making a quick right. And all of a sudden, skidding. And you'll remember, Crown Vics have ABS, so you're not supposed to be having any skidding. And we smash into the curb of the street. And we bounce. We hit it so hard, we bounce. And we're in the center of the street. And the front end of the car is smoking. Tires are flat. And I remember this is me now. I got it, right? And then here's the sad part. We see the pursuit still going. The suspect car makes a right. Our buddy makes a right. And all of a sudden he says, they just crashed. I got one at gunpoint. And I look at him and he looks at me. I go, do it. Josh, he hits the gas, and we literally and we get all the way around the corner, and we help him take the suspects in custody. Well, our sergeant, we put it out that we crashed. Our sergeant pulls up to where he thinks the crash is at, and all he sees is a debris field from where we hit all the way down to where we eventually stopped. I remember when we jumped out of the car to help our buddy take those guys in custody, I look back to our car, and it's smoking, and I look at him, I go, dude, you're so screwed. And yeah, dude, he got disciplined. He got sent back to evac. And I was like, and our sergeant, man, he just ripped us so bad. Like, when you guys crash, you're not supposed to move the vehicle, all that same, and it was just, oh my God. But that was a good one. I hadn't thought about that in a long time, man. That was a really good call.
It's like, I think a lot of us being unit jobs, you know what I mean? And like a lot of people, 3 years, you got the SWAT, you got the stuff. Like every cop has these things like stories where we catch them.
Yeah, you're right.
Like, you get the experience to do that type of stuff with effort. Like I can't think of a single officer that they're not patting me on the back and trying to get me feel better, but giving me one of these stories. You're like, shut up. You're like, oh my God, like, you're like an NFL athlete, you know, whatever. But you know, all those things.
Yeah, it's. I always tell people, every police officer could write a book, but unfortunately, it would be labeled fiction because no one would believe our shit.
Oh no, dude. Yeah, there's dumb stuff. Like I've hit. Speaking of the seatbelt thing, there was a. This will be my last one, and I'll get off so you can have other people that are.
No worries.
But I had there was a foot pursuit that broke out on. It was probably like a mile and a half away from me, and if I was driving not on a highway, I didn't have a seatbelt on. It was technically part of Geo's, but I'm not dying in the car. And those are the type of officers that raised me, if that makes any sense. That generation of officers were the ones that trained me.
Yeah.
That's the way I did it. And specifically, if I was riding two-man and I was going code, I intentionally did not put on my seatbelt to have another man's life in my hands. You know what I mean?
Right.
I was like, if I don't feel safe enough operating the vehicle how I am, why am I subjecting them to this? If that makes any sense. So that sounds stupid on the outside, but that's the way we did it.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Yeah, so anyways, this foot pursuit breaks out. I'm like, oh shit, I'm close. And I think this was probably like a year and a half. So I was like getting better at it. And I was just thinking about getting there because I knew they were by themselves because they were an idiot. They marked out on an invest at like a park. It was real late at night. And the kids immediately bolted from the car. And so he's running, and I know he's by himself. And so I'm cooking it, and I'm doing like, because it's 1034 traffic, like technically code is like very loose because it's not like, it's not 20 over. We had a rule that it was 20 over and you had to have your lights and sirens and check your intersections and all that stuff. It's like 2 o'clock at night, so there's nobody out. And it's 1034 traffic, so it's like, maybe I don't take paper if I go too fast or whatever.
Right.
But I don't have my seatbelt on. And we're in, these are probably like a 2018 Chargers. This is right before the
Oh, okay.
And so I'm hauling it, probably doing like 85 and a 30. And I completely, as I'm going into this intersection, and I'm checking it, it looks clear, but I'm looking left to right, and I didn't read the street sign. And the street's it was Brown. And there was, like, I shit you not, like a 12-foot difference between the center, like where I was at, and the second intersection. So this is like a hill, basically.
Oh.
But it's a quick hill. And so it feels more like a speed bump when you're going 30. But when you're going 85, I probably bottomed out my suspension when I came down from this jump, but I straight Dukes of Hazzard this thing.
Oh my gosh.
This intersection, and it didn't set off the collision thing because our collision sensors were just on the bumpers. And I happened to catch air and hit it, and so I guess I thought it was like a speed bump or whatever. But I thought I could like crushed a disc in my neck. How hard I hit it.
Oh.
And I was very lucky that my car just kept driving straight because I lost the control of the steering wheel and everything. But I hit the ceiling, I hit the ground, my body cam kicked on, thinking that
something was happening. Yeah.
Yeah, and so fortunately my dash cam was on because the lights and sirens, but it didn't like indicate a collision for some stupid reason. And so I managed to like gather myself, still going like now still 60, after catching air and the whole nine. And I had accidentally quick keyed in the middle of catching air and falling. And dispatch was asking me if I had traffic. And I just got out real quick. No, clear the air like I was trying to be clear. Make sure the thing got out for the guy in the 52. And later on, when I got done, my sergeant had watched my dash cam. And he said, "Man, I saw you fucking eat it." And he's like, "I didn't care." He was a really cool sergeant. So he's like, "Normally this would be an issue, but fortunately nothing went off." But he was like trying to figure out why I quick keyed. And when he watched that, he watched me fucking eat it.
Oh, I bet.
I didn't damage the car, and no one had to know.
That was
the last time I went over the intersection fast. And I remember that because I definitely almost paralyzed myself in a car.
I know when you hit the top like that. Oh man, yeah, and you're like,
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and it's in the Charger, so like there's not a ton of room to begin with, but it just like the second I took air, because I hit the bump, and that's what launched my car in the air, But of course, I have no seatbelt on, no nothing, so I hit the ceiling. Yeah, that felt stupid.
Oh, I know. I've actually done that where you hit those like you know the waterways of the streets, and you hit it so hard that you hit the top, and you're like, what the, you know, yeah, you don't realize how fast you're going, and then plus too, you know, that sometimes the shitty suspensions on some of these cars, you know.
Oh sure. It's a fleet vehicle, so it's real spongy, and I bet the Crown Vics were worse.
Yeah, they were worse. Trust me.
Had I done that, the Crown Vic, I'd be telling you.
You'd be like.
So that's my last group.
Oh, that's great. Hey, everybody. So I just want to let everyone know that was Josh from Only Cops. If you're in here still or you're watching this video later on down the line, please head on over to Only Cops, man. These guys are great. I love these guys. I co-op with them just about every Tuesday. And they got some great stories. They do some good shit about admin. And actually, I got some stories to share with them over some recent events. So they're going to have some more content for admin skits.
Well, Chris, I appreciate you doing this, and so that next time I will try to make it. So hopefully I'm not doing work-related stuff. But,
no.
I love everybody in your channel, and thank you guys for always having us.
Hey, thanks, Josh. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it.
Bye.
Bye, Josh.
All right.
Who do you got?
I just want to say, Producer Juan with the $5 super chat.
Oh, shit. Producer Juan's $5 super chat. Thank you very much. I'm going to have to reciprocate and make sure we do a good challenge the day I can't play with you guys.
Also, 86 likes. That's actually really nice.
Ooh, we're at 86 likes. Hey, so if you haven't liked and you're still here, please hit smash that like. We're going to smash that like button while you're still here, please. We definitely do appreciate it.
22 people watching.
That's actually, we're doing pretty good here. All right.
So we got a person.
How's it going, man?
It's going all right. So it's a pleasure to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
I've been watching your content for a long time.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. Thank you very much.
I'm in the Boy Scouts of America, and I am taking the law merit badge because I want to be a prosecutor.
Okay.
And one of the things about the law merit badge is that I have to ask a cop a few questions.
All right.
So I have a few. The first one being, do you think that police reception, like what people's opinion on the police has increased in great and good opinion, or in more of a decline?
So I think what we're seeing now, in light of events that are happening across the United States, is the public perception for law enforcement is improving again. Now, since I've been a cop for 25 years, I have seen a roller coaster of how people think of their law enforcement. Never in a million years did I think it would be as bad as it did after the George Floyd incident, but I knew we would recover. And the reason why I knew we would recover was due to the fact that here in the United States, our politicians were getting behind the woke community. And it was all about defund the police, defund the police, defund the police. And all of these politicians now are running scared because crime is so out of control, no matter where you go, that the public is pissed. And they want us to do our jobs. And I'm now starting to see that people are really coming back to supporting the police. And they and public perception is getting better. So yes, right now, being a police officer is we're getting that positiveness back again. So yes.
Next question is, do you see crime in a declining state, or is it more of an increase?
Oh, I'm going to interrupt you right there. It's increasing. It's increasing so much. It's not violent, non-violent. It's out of control. Out of control right now. And I wish more and more people, I mean, there are people who know that this is true. But in the United States, in all of our major metropolitan areas, it is off. It's bad. It is increased. So yes.
And this is my final question, and I'm sorry if this is taking a while.
No, don't worry. No worries.
So the final one is, do you think as much criminals are being prosecuted, or are they being let go?
They're being let go. Go ahead.
And are cops actually showing the courage and more doing of their job?
So here, especially in California, and I know it's the same in other states, we have decriminalized a lot of crimes. And so people are not being held accountable for their actions. They're being given tickets, they're being given probation, slaps on the wrist. So they're not being held accountable to what they used to be held accountable. Now, were there some bad, stiff laws? Maybe. But we're starting to see now that maybe some of these laws were really good. Like the 3 strikes law, keeping people where they need to be, behind either in prison or in jail. Now, as far as cops going, sometimes police officers get disenfranchised. And what I mean by that is they will tend to get cynical and not really want to go out there and do their job per se. And what I mean by that is I want my officers to be hunters. I want them to be hunters. I want them to go out there looking for bad people doing bad stuff to good people. That's what I want them to do. But sometimes when their politicians and the DAs aren't doing their job, you're like, well, why bother? Why bother? So it's my job as a police administrator to get the officers to do the right thing. And who cares what the DA's office is doing? Who cares what laws have been in place? We got to go out there and do our job, and the bad people need to know we're going to go out there and do our job. So that way we can kind of scare them to hopefully not commit crimes. And people say that, well, the people should never fear the police. No, bad people should fear the police because they should know that we're going to come, stop them from what they're doing, arrest them, and incarcerate them. That there has to be an element of fear. It's kind of like when we were all growing up as kids. You didn't do something bad because your parents were going to discipline you. Now, back in my day, that meant a spanking. Today, it's time out. But we have to remind our police officers that they got it. They have a job to do, and despite what politicians and what's going on in the woke community, they got to still go out there and do their job 100%. And that's part of that is incumbent on me as their administrator to say, go out there and do your job.
And one final little question. Has your police force stopped using the tonfa, or has it started using the expandable baton?
It's all officer dependent. I still use a straight stick. I have a 29-inch diamond wood straight stick. Some officers have a collapsible baton. Some officers don't even carry a baton. We're allowed to use our flashlight as an impact weapon. So it just all depends from region to region, and it all depends on the officer's preference. I prefer a nice 29 inches of wood that is there. So that's my preference.
Okay. And what crimes seem to be on the rise in
most
areas?
All of them: robbery, assaults with a deadly weapon, grand theft auto, robbery, petty theft. Just all of them, to be honest with you.
All right. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. Thanks for those great questions. Those are great questions. Thank you.
Yes. And have a great day, everyone.
Awesome. Thanks.
All right. 89 likes. That's really awesome. Can we get to 100?
Let's try to get to 100, right? That'd be awesome.
Oh, we got Yuki.
Hold on real quick before you. Hey, Yuki, hold on. I'm going to answer a question in chat right now. In chat, let me see. Oh my gosh, it got smashed up. What's going on here? Oh, whoa. Okay, it said pros and cons of being a cop. Pros. You get to help people. It's an awesome profession. It's a noble profession. You get to work with great people that are all like-minded. You learn a lot about people. It's fun. It's not boring. It's just like what you guys see on TV and movies. I get to do. I'm going to get to do that in a little bit. I leave for work. I'm going to go jump as soon as this is over. I'm going to go jump in the shower, get ready for work, and head on into work and be around a bunch of great men and women that have a sole purpose of going out there and helping people and putting bad people in jail. So that's just like fun. I mean, look at the smile. I'm just like, yes, I get to do that. Cons. It's a job that it takes a lot on you. It takes a toll on you physically and mentally. Like I said, there are more negative stories than there are positive stories, and it just breaks your body up. I mean, I have mentioned many times how messed up my body is. I have tinnitus. I got a slip disc. I just had surgery on my left knee. I'm gonna have to have surgery on my right knee. I got lower back pain. I have a torn rotator cuff. So it takes its toll on your body. That's probably the con there. But all right, let's hear it from Yuki.
Chris.
I don't miss that. I don't miss that voice.
Of course you don't. It's been such a while. How are you doing?
I'm doing good, Yuki. I'm doing good. Actually, I was actually thinking about you, wondering if you were still following the channel because I just hadn't heard from you in so long. So
man, a lot of things happen. I can't say it here because it's just so personal. But yeah, a lot of things happen. You know, life happened. I'm just continuing my studies. That's all. And there's a lot of other things that happened, so it didn't help.
Yeah, you know what though?
I just couldn't like do. When I go home, I just couldn't like do anything. I just lie down. I couldn't even play. I couldn't even sit down and play a game. Actually.
Yeah.
I can't do that anymore. Like it's just too tiring.
No,
yeah.
I get it, dude. Hey, trust me. Yeah. I of all people know life happens, man. So no judgments, man. No judgments.
Yeah.
Yeah, I probably
I still check on you from time to time, so don't worry.
Cool.
I haven't forgotten about you completely. It's hard to forget my favorite lieutenant.
I appreciate that. Thanks.
Yeah. I'm still doing all right. Thanks for asking. Still something to sew, as you can see.
Yeah. That's good. That's good. I'm glad to see you're here. I really am. Like I said, and before you ask the question, here's what I want to tell people. Is I think we're at like 67,000 subscribers on YouTube. And what is neat and well, the good part about not being a big streamer is I get to see the same people over and over again, because there are people who just watch the videos and don't interact, and then there's people who interact. They interact on Discord, and they interact on my social media, and then they interact and they put comments down. And if everyone doesn't, if you don't know this, if you're watching this, I read every comment on every video. I do. Every comment I read, and if it's a brand new comment, I always reply to everybody's first comment. I may not reply to the reply, but I reply to the first comment. So going like with Yuki is, there are people that I know that are here all the time, and when they disappear, it's like, whoa, what happened? And I've actually reached out to a few people like, hey, are you okay? And that type of stuff. If that's the type of a community you want to be a part of, then you're at the right place. Because like I said, that's how Fox Commander became my #1. That's why Alfredo is one of my moderators. That's why Saber is one of our moderators. That's why I co-op with Yuki and that type of stuff. So you guys just got to be more part of the community, and as we get to know you, you end up co-oping. You end up having more private conversations with me offline and that type of stuff, or more in Discord and that type of stuff. So it does happen, and it's not like I don't know who people are, because I do. I mean, there's names right now here in chat, like Commander Sweeper, you're always here. Frosty Medic, you're always here. There's new people that are coming and going. Brady, you're always here. So it's cool. I love the fact that I get to know my community, and it's pretty neat. So that's cool. So what do you got for me, Yuki? Poofy.
I actually wanna like add on about what you said. Being in a small community is actually like a lot more better. There's more control. You got like you can interact. Like I can actually see, like, I actually understand what Chris is saying, because like I'm not saying like I used to be. I mean, I am in that community. I'm in a similar community like that. It's a very small, not so popular, but you see like the same people every day. So I know what Chris is talking about, and it's actually like I know the feeling actually.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
So yeah, it's actually pretty cool. And one thing actually about me like disappearing. A lot of people actually, like a few people actually asked me as well, because I actually literally went MIA. But yeah, I did send you that one drawing of mine.
I did. I saw it. I saw it. I always take a look at stuff. I'm always looking at stuff, and I really, honestly, I really wish I could be more active on Discord. It's just that, when I'm at work, I stay off of all my social media, because I mean, I'm getting paid to do my job. And then on my days off, sometimes I get so busy with teaching and other stuff that I really don't. But I'm trying to get better. I want to get better in Discord, because I would love Discord to just really blow up, because we all know Discord's like a really cool area to to interact with one another. So that's what I'm trying to hopefully work on here in the future.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we appreciate that, honestly. That thought alone is, I'd say, is like hearing that. Like, I'm pretty sure the fans as well appreciate it, because you're trying your best. But we get it. Like, being a cop, you don't get it easy at all. You don't catch a break most of the time. Not even, like, at the very least, if you're lucky, a day.
Yeah.
If I'm honest. Yeah. Because I know, like, a few other cops as well, aside from you, and even here, like where I'm from, it's not. They don't get breaks that easily. They're always like bombarded with either paperwork or a lot of other stuff as well.
Yes.
Not just like you're getting on the field. Yep. So yeah, I know what Chris means when he says like he tries his best. But hey, you're still a cop. So, in my opinion, keep working at it. That's why we love you.
Cool. Thanks,
So, yeah.
Yuki.
Yeah, before I forgot, one question I want to ask.
Cool.
'Cause in your experience as a cop, right?
Okay.
I want to lean more to the vehicle. I know you're using the Ford Explorer right now, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so I want to ask this: throughout your career, doing patrol and such, what was the best car, in your opinion,
So.
that you used?
So here's the thing. While I liked the Crown Vic, I loved the Crown Vic. I'm gonna go back to the Ford Explorer, and I'm gonna go to the Ford Explorer for a couple of reasons. Number one, the fact that it's a utility vehicle. It's big, it's large. You can get in and out easily because on the Crown Vic you have to actually you have to get down with all that gear. Over the years, your back just gets blown up. With the Ford Explorer, you're getting in with very minimal manipulation to your back and stuff like that. So that's what I love about it. Plus, too, with the Crown or with the Ford Explorer is that you can carry more equipment. The cargo space is much better, and to me, it's just a lot safer vehicle too because of the way it's been built. I think it's just a safer vehicle. Now, it's not as fast as the Crown Vic, but in reality, if you really think about where we're at in police work today, we shouldn't really be chasing people in these 100 mile an hour chases because it's just it's a safety issue, not just for the officer, but it's a safety issue for the public. And the last thing I want on my head is some suspect smashing into a family, killing the family, and I've seen that. And at what cost? I mean, was the crime that egregious that we needed to chase that person? So those are the things that, in reality, that's why law enforcement is changing because, we got to start looking at what is really important here. And ultimately, the protection of, life and property, life first, is, what we should be valuing. And so I like I said, going back to the original question, I'm just a big fan of the Explorer. And but once again, if I had a second vehicle to pick, like if the Explorer was broken, I would go with the Crown Vic. I was never a big fan of the Charger. I just did not like the Charger. It was just a hard vehicle to drive. The A-frame of it was there were some blind spots and that type of stuff. But yeah, so I'm gonna stick with the Explorer there, Yuki.
The fact that someone isn't going to be too happy when they hear this. But as for the Crown Vic, which model exactly? Like there was a few. Like the last one was 2010, I think.
Yeah,
It's actually my favorite.
I'm familiar with the 2010. It was a good vehicle. So the police interceptor of that model was really good. So.
I see. Hold on, let me check. Is that a question? No, not really. I don't actually have, but I do have one thing to tell you, Chris. Actually.
Okay.
Remember when we did a co-op back then on Radio Not, and then the conversation got into the server's handgun.
Yes.
And then I brought up the Beretta.
Yes.
Hold yourself back, yeah. Okay, hold yourself back for now. But I was looking at LAPD's. Remember you said that the LAPD doesn't even use the Beretta.
Well, it's not issued. It's not a primary weapon issued anymore. It used to be.
It isn't. Yeah.
Yeah, it used to be though.
Yeah, it used to be, but I actually look at the recent social media. Like they always post something. I just can't help but crack a smile when I see like that one officer. She was rocking a Beretta in a holster.
Yeah, and you know what? That's the thing is that some officers like that weapon, and don't get me wrong, it was a good weapon. But there's better, there's better, and
yeah, is.
but
I agree.
And that's the thing with law enforcement is sometimes a weapon will come out and we all love it and we all get it, so back then when the Beretta came out, the Beretta was one of those weapons where it was a good gun for us at the time because of lack of choices. So LAPD, LA County Sheriff's, major, and plus too the price, all that type of stuff. It was just really just easy for everyone to get, and then. of course, as time went on, you got SIG coming into the market, Glock coming into the market, and and then now it's just it's personal preference now. So I'm a big SIG guy. I love SIGs. But don't get me wrong. I own Glocks. I have Glocks for personal use. I have a Glock. Off duty, I carry a Glock because of size and and so forth. But yeah. So.
For a moment there, I heard you said you're a big SIG guy.
Yes, I'm a big SIG guy. Still love SIGs.
No, like the full little word SICK.
Oh no, SIG. All right.
What do you think about the new? Actually, no. What do you think about the new FN 509?
I'm a big fan.
They call it the LAPD gun after losing the competition to SIG.
I'm a fan of the FN. I have an FN, but not that model. But I am a fan as well. So yeah, and once again, it has to go back to the individual user because remember sometimes the back strap is a little bit bigger for people with small hands. I have small hands, so I like a thinner back strap. That's why I like the Colt government model, the 1911. Because that back strap was awesome, and even if you were very weak-handed, like maybe you're injured, you could still fire off your Colt and not have to worry about the slide not going back, as opposed to the Springfield XD. If you had a soft wrist, it would jam on you because there wasn't enough force to get that slide back. So it just really all depends on you as well as a person. So.
That is true. I've heard of like some cases like that too. Yeah, but what do you think about the FN 509?
I don't know much about it yet.
You didn't. Oh, my bad.
You I haven't really taken a look at it yet. So I will be.
If you actually look at it, if you actually Google it right now, it looks like a SIG. I'm not lying to you. It actually looks like a SIG.
I'll have to take a look.
Yeah, you have to take a look. Yep.
All right.
Anyways, it's nice talking to you, Chris.
Nice talking to you, Yuki.
It's been months actually since we talked on VC.
Yeah, we'll do some more co-oping soon.
I'll be ready for that one.
All right, cool. All right, man. We're gonna get a few more people here because I gotta sign off here within the next 10-15 minutes. Yeah, because I do have to go to work.
Oh yeah, Alfredo is still sending to Rosalina, by the way.
Oh, okay. Cool. Thanks, Yuki. Take it easy, man. Be safe.
Yeah, of course, he has to bring that up on stream, whatever.
All right, hey,
I think we will be ending on 100 likes.
Cool. Hey, everybody that's in here watching right now, we got 3 more people with their hands up, and we're gonna stop the stream after those last 3 people. So I got Dog Bear's back. I got Brady Kilman. I got Officer Garrett. So we'll take a couple more questions. We're at 11:55. We've been going for about an hour and a half now. I do have to get ready for work, so I do apologize. But yeah, we'll definitely try to get some last people in here. So let's bump up the next one. Dog Bear. Hey, what's up, Dog? Back again, huh?
I have two quick questions.
All right, send them.
So one of them, do you know Donut Operator?
I know of Donut Operator. I do not know him personally.
Okay, and then the second question: if you were performing a traffic stop with someone, and if they take off, do you discharge your service weapon at their vehicle? No,
you cannot do that unless you have some type of circumstances that would dictate that, and I will justify that comment with this. If it's just a regular traffic stop, I'm not going to be shooting at a car as it drives away. Now, if the person inside that car is a serial killer, and I know they're a serial killer, and I think I could stop that vehicle, then you might be justified in shooting at that vehicle because of the simple fact of you don't want that vehicle to get away. But I don't know of any officer that would do that. I think all we would do is get back into our vehicle and chase them and ask for additional resources. But we're not going to be shooting at a vehicle fleeing from us. There would have to be some extraordinary circumstance to do that. And those circumstances are just like a tiny, small percentage. So, no, we would not do that.
Okay.
Thanks, Dov.
Okay, bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
I guess you're not leaving the stream until we hit 100.
Okay. Come on. We're so close. All right.
Brady Kilman.
All right, what's up, Brady? Oh, he's bringing him up. What's going on, Brady?
Okay,
I got a couple questions for you.
All right, let's hear them.
Have you had any scary animal encounters?
Uh,
Dogs, cats, mountain lions.
Well,
Bears, oh my.
I've been attacked by a pit bull before, so I have had an animal encounter. We've had violent raccoons that we've had to catch. Possums that we've had to get out of someone's house that came in through an open window. I've had to try to rescue about 1,000 frogs that spilled over onto a highway when a truck rolled over. Let's think here. I'm thinking about anything else. Oh, yeah, we had a bull or a cow that got away from when it was being transported on a rail car. Let's see. We've had. Let's see. What else have we had? Well, I'll give you actually a little historical. In the city I work in, there was a lion farm back in the 40s and 50s called Gay's Lion Farm, and the lion farm actually housed the lion from the MGM studios. But regardless, back one day, one of the lions got away from the lion farm and the police department had to shoot it. We actually have a photo of the officer with the rifle next to the lion that he had to shoot in the city because it was running loose.
Oh, I totally want to see that picture.
Yeah, that's kind of neat though, huh?
Yeah.
So yes, I've had some encounters. Yes. You got some more questions there?
What kind of advice would you give somebody that is looking into law enforcement?
Well, the thing is that my advice is, if you're thinking about law enforcement, then you got to make sure you got to start living your life like well, not like a police officer, but you got to be an honest person with integrity, and you got to make sure you're making those smart decisions for yourself, because in my experience, a lot of people get disqualified based upon poor decisions. So, and those go from the type of friends you have to getting traffic tickets, smoking marijuana, all those type of things. So I would tell you, if you're interested in it, then you should start living your life to be able to get hired. But at the same time, you should also start, if you're going to go into college, start taking some criminal justice classes, do some ride-alongs, maybe get involved with your local law enforcement as a volunteer. Those would be the things that I would tell you to do.
In a town of 3,500, that might be a little difficult.
It might be, yeah.
All right, have a safe night too, Chris.
Oh, hey, thank you, Brady. I really appreciate that. Thanks for coming on by. I appreciate it. Thanks for the support.
Hopefully it's slow and quiet.
What was that? I didn't catch that last part, Brady. What was that?
Hopefully it's slow and quiet.
Oh.
I couldn't.
You had to say quiet, didn't you?
I couldn't hear it. What was that, Fox?
You don't want to hear it.
Okay. Okay. All right.
Be a donut, would you? Have a great night,
Yeah,
Chris.
thanks, man. I appreciate that. Thanks, Brady.
How much time you got left?
Let's do a couple more minutes. Let's get. I know Officer Garrett. He's always active in Discord, so let's make sure we get him, and then we'll end with Senpei.
We got 100 likes.
I know. I just saw that.
That is awesome.
That is awesome.
All right, Officer Garrett.
Hey, what's going on, Officer Garrett?
What's up, brothers?
Hey, what's up, man?
Mother, I heard, but did you ever been to the museum? The police museum in Los Angeles?
I've been to different museums. Haven't been to the one in Los Angeles. I've been to a couple of different ones, but not to the LA one.
Oh, you know it's haunted, right?
No, I don't. But that sounds interesting. Now I'm intrigued.
Ghostbusters has been there, but you know, okay. And the quest, that's not one of the questions, but I heard, was you on the Piper video?
Yes, I was on. I was in a Piper video. Yes.
I thought that was you.
Yes. I helped Piper when they lost their dog.
Yeah, I remember that. And do you ever have? Let's see. I'm thinking. Come a minute. Do y'all remember? Officer First 30 Minutes. You ever met him? Benzo.
No, I have. Oh wait, no, Benzo.
Yeah, Benzo Effect.
Yeah, I was playing the 5M with Benzo. So and I've talked to Benzo in Discord. So I mean, I've never met Benzo, but I mean we've met via Discord. So yeah, Benzo's a cool dude.
Benzo, in fact, he's awesome. I love his videos.
Yeah, Benzo's a good guy. I like Benzo.
I love him. I watch all a bunch of people. Probably Jeff.
Yeah.
Go
They're
check those out.
all part of the 5M server that I'm a part of. Yes, they're all cool dudes.
Hey, Senpai. Speaking of, remember the way I was talking about mountain lions? I seen a mountain lion attack on Told Stories of the ER.
Oh,
It was
yeah.
bad.
Yeah.
I want you to check that out and do a reaction to it.
I'll take a look.
That's all for today. Have a great day, Chris. And do not use that word fire. Don't use that word. That freaking's not good. I know this because I don't use it in the medical room either.
All right. Hey, well, thanks, Officer Garrett. Thank you for joining, and thank you for those questions, man. I appreciate it.
And God bless you, brother. Be careful.
I love it. Thank you. You too. All right, we're gonna end off with Senpai.
Last one. You just tell me it's senpai, not senpai.
Senpai. Okay. What's up, Senpai? Wait, pie or pay? Pie. Senpai. What's up? Hello?
Hello.
Hey, how's it going? Sen, we can't hear you.
Hello.
There you are. We can hear you now.
Okay. Have you ever had to push your panic button?
Yes, several times. Yes, I've been in quite a few altercations that just kind of happened, and I didn't have an opportunity to jump on the radio. So yes, I pushed our panic button on our radio to get help. So yes, it's happened quite a few times. You got anything else?
No, that's it.
Okay, cool. All right, I think we're good, Fox.
You can end off the...
Yeah. Hey, so, wow, this was... Okay, first of all, I got to take a look to see how many likes we had. I can't even see on my screen.
108.
108. Wow. That is... I think that's I think we broke a record for Coffee with the Cop.
Yes.
This was awesome. Wow. Well, I do like this format. I will be honest with you. I did this idea that Fox had for you guys being able to jump in on Discord and ask questions. We're going to definitely have to advertise this so we can get more people to jump on board and ask. But obviously, too, here's the thing with this is that we want to make sure it's our community because we don't want any trolls jumping on in. And that's a good part about Fox is Fox and the other moderators will be able to take a look at that. And that's why you guys want to be so active in Discord because we want to get to know you. We want to get to know that you're not going to, that we don't have any trolls and that, the people asking the questions are going to be, legit questions that you want answered. So I'm actually pretty excited about that. Fox has put it right there in chat that we had a peak of 35 viewers. I think that's another milestone. So that's really, really cool as well. This was actually a lot of fun. I love the fact that we had the written questions and then I had the interaction with you guys. That was awesome. I gotta honestly say that was really, really cool. Oh my God. You know what? Bump up Yuki so I can hear what he has to say. What's up, Yuki?
hey, well, thanks for actually letting me back in. I was just gonna say that I'm awesome. Chris is not.
All right, get him out of here.
No.
That was perfect. He screwed himself. I would love it. Whoever yanked him out right then and there was perfect. That was perfect. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, thank you again for joining us on this episode, Coffee with the Cop. For those of you that are watching us later on down the line, don't forget that we do this every other weekend at 10:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. We also do what we call Tactical Tuesdays, where I start the afternoon by hopefully about 3:30, 4 o'clock, playing tactical games solo and maybe co-oping with some of you. And then I break away, and at 5:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, I start co-oping with the boys over at Only Cops, and right now we're focusing on Ready or Not. We may be adding a couple of different games due to the fact that one of the Only Cops is doing some family stuff, and he does not have his gear to do the major gaming that we do here. And then I'll be dropping more videos throughout the week here, as I've been setting up some stuff for a couple of surprises on some new game and content coming. So you guys are gonna have to stay tuned. But thanks again, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, for joining me. This was awesome. I had a great time. Fox, thanks for setting this all up. And thanks for Alfredo and Saber, my trusty moderators as well. Come join us on Discord. We got a lot of cool stuff happening on Discord, as well as we have revamped, or I should say Fox has revamped Discord to be more like a police precinct, where you get to have different roles. We're going to have point values. There's going to be prizes that you can win and cash in on those points. All sorts of cool stuff going on. So we are we're headed towards that direction. But thanks again, ladies and gentlemen. And get ready for some SWAT 4 coming up next week. And also, that's it. Yeah, that's it for now. So I got to get ready for work. It was a lot of fun. And that's about it. So take care of yourself. Take care of one another. We could definitely make the world a better place by just helping one person at a time. And that could be with a simple smile or just a nice comment. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, this is Chris the Copper reminding all of you, peace. And thank you for all of the support. Take care.
Turns out you were actually